Bondi just dropped some big information during this very contentious hearing in front of the House Judiciary Committee. And I know there's a lot of yelling going on. You need to put that aside. It's theater, it's noise. Now, there are actually two pieces of news that just came out of this hearing. Number one has to do with whether anyone else is going to be charged or investigated when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. And the other has to do with the DOJ's investigation into those other people. So let's start with Pam Bondi dropping this big nugget of information, and no one seems to be paying attention to it. Listen.
I want to know, will anyone besides her or Epstein, which I congratulate President Trump's previous administration and this Department of Justice for continuing all of that, but that they were indicted, but will anyone else be indicted and prosecuted under this, given the information that's in front of us?
We have pending investigations in our office.
Time, the gentleman has expired.
Wait, what? For the last year, we have heard from the FBI director that there are no other co-conspirators who could possibly be prosecuted because the FBI didn't have any evidence to follow up on. And just a few weeks ago, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who is Pam Bondi's number 2, said this was all over. There was nothing left to do and no more prosecutions were going to come. So now all of a sudden there are pending investigations? Of who? For what? And what happened to no one else is going to be prosecuted because there wasn't enough evidence? Now all of a sudden there's evidence? There are a lot of questions in there. But what we do know is evidence didn't come from at least some of the Epstein survivors who were actually in the room sitting right behind Pam Bondi. And this was a powerful moment.
Now, would the survivors and victims who are here please stand up one more time? Just by show of hands, how many of you or your loved ones actually have met with the Department of Justice and provided testimony and evidence? None. And of those of you who have not met, which is everyone, how many of you have reached out either individually or through a lawyer or representative to offer to provide testimony and evidence? All of them. And of those of you, all of you who have reached out, how many of you were denied or ignored by the Department of Justice? All of them. And despite the shameful and despicable efforts by Ms. Bondi and her department to intimidate you, how many of you are still willing to speak to the Department of Justice? All of them. Well, Ms. Bondi, it looks like you have some more witnesses to talk to.
Gentleman's time has expired.
Okay, there are a handful of pretty prominent Epstein